afternoon, everybody. Welcome. Happy Sunday. How are we all doing? Welcome in Stitch, Nobu, Greg, Josh, as well as anybody else who's hanging out and lurking. It's wonderful to have you here. Anonymous, thank you for the gifted sub to Nobu. I have a slight suspicion of who Anonymous is, but I'm not going to say anything. Because I very much appreciate their generosity, and I understand that anonymous gifters choose to be anonymous for a reason. But yeah, thank you so much. It is incredibly appreciated. Also you, Stitch, thank you for being cute, because you are, incredibly. Yeah, we're gonna get back to Disco Elysium. I've been missing this game, but frankly, part of the problem with playing 3 good games that are all long at the same time is that as soon as I finish playing Xenoblade, I miss Xenoblade. As soon as I finish playing Cult of the Lamb, I miss Cult of the Lamb. As soon as I finish playing this, I miss this. So at some point in the near future, I'm going to be switching up my schedule so that I have fewer games running simultaneously. I'd like to keep it to a maximum of 2 simultaneous games, because this is just a bit crazy. Stitch, that's not true, and you definitely can't prove that I have thought about going back and doing another speedrun. You can't prove it. Okay, let's get back to it. We've got quite a bit we need to do. But just to remind myself... So, replace Lost Bool, I don't think I can do anymore. I know which item would have been this. It would have been the shot put ball, but I sold that, so I can't do that. Get 2 signatures for Everard. I've got them. They're not the right signatures, but they're signatures, so I've got to let Everard know I did that. Find the murder weapon. Locate a working firearm that shoots 4.46 ammo. I haven't done that. Yeah, Juice, I know that feel. Spirit is eternal. The horrific necktie is getting ready for the end game. For the love of God, do not remove it till the magic happens. But I'm not wearing it yet. Go to Billy Mejan's apartment to deliver the bad news. That's the big one I have to do. Find the Interlindian Phasmid. Okay, I've restocked the trap. Report to Lena. Ask the scab leader about the tattoos. That's a potentially risky one. Look for Ruby on the coast. Keep searching the coast. Okay. And help ravers start a nightclub. I've got several tasks. But I'm very close to the whirling, so let's start with that. I'm sorry, Sage. I'd already eaten it all at that point. There was nothing to post a photo of. But also, that's quite the description, Sage. Have a good lurk.
Hello, dear. It's good to see a familiar face.
I restocked the empty trap. Where's Morel?
Thank you for doing that, dear.
Her smile is weary. Her earlier ebullience has left her.
Yeah, I think she's just tired of this.
Morel still isn't feeling well. I convinced him to stay at Gary's to get some rest. I'm afraid the cold has really gotten to him.
It's probably for the best. It's awfully cold out there in those reeds.
I'm sorry, dear. You've had to drudge through them so many times. Such is field work. A young person's game, as they say.
Who's going to check the traps?
Morel will eventually, or we'll talk Gary into going back out, perhaps.
The lieutenant stares at his shoe. Caked in mud. He doesn't say anything.
Oh, Kim. Kim, I'm
Now,
sorry.
excuse me, princess.
Stitch, that is a shockingly accurate response. Once more unto the breach, then. Take it on with undue optimism.
That really is too much, sweetie. Thank you for your dedication, but I can see you're coming down with a cough yourself.
Oh, no, ma'am. That's just the result of wrecking my body through alcoholism.
Fuck that cough. It's not happening. The insides of your lungs are lined with tobacco, a powerful antibacterial agent. You are unstoppable.
Yeah, Endurance, you're right.
Very strange. Why is she not letting you do this? It's like she's given up.
But you know what's wrong? You seem different.
Different? How?
Given up on the Phasmid. No, you're not telling me the whole story.
I'm not. It's not bad.
He doesn't know how to end the sentence. What is it?
It's a strange feeling. I haven't really told this to anyone, but you are a police officer.
I am, apparently.
And when a police officer asks, you must answer.
Do you ever wonder if some lovely story from your childhood is just that? A story? Or a dream?
You're not giving up. I refuse. Smage, hello.
Seeing the Insulindian Phasmid was just a story I used to tell people. I didn't really think about whether it was real or not.
But Morel told me you'd seen it. You also told me. Nothing to apologize, Smage. As I said, I've been there. It's a shitty feeling.
Morel's so proud of it. He always tells everyone.
A terrible sting in the heart. Regret.
You seemed to really believe it happened. Doesn't that count for something?
No, sweetie. There's more to it than that. Morel was so eager to believe my story was evidence of the Phasmid's existence. That I'm some queen of the cryptozoologists. That. And for years, his belief made me believe too.
Smage, I have refilled the traps. I'm looking.
But now, we're both getting old, and he's still working himself sick out in those reeds looking for it. But what if I was just wrong? I think I was.
Sage, that's an amazing gift.
The lieutenant opens his notebook, but doesn't write anything.
Ooh, that suggestion is not great. How many points do I have? I've got 4 points. I can improve suggestion. The problem is I can't save during this. I could have saved before. Okay, chat. Wait. Is it not connected? I didn't connect it. Heck, I thought I didn't have to do this every time. Apparently I'm wrong. Give me a second. I mean, don't worry, you're not going to see anything that you shouldn't see. I forgot I have to do this every time. Disco Elysium, very, very good game. Very good Twitch integration. Can be a little bit fiddly. Because I was going to ask for help and then realized I have no way of doing that. Go hang a salami tainted taint Zunya hog. Okay. There we go. Chat, I need you all to improve my psyche. I don't care what you make worse, but I have to make Lena's life better. Please. Yes, you can increase... You have to increase one and decrease another one in order to make it work. 72%. That's a good shot.
An acorn is not the same as the tree. That requires time, diligence, and care.
Wrong or not, your relationship with Morel isn't just about the phasmid. I haven't seen any configuration, Sage. It's a little bit frustrating. Because, yeah, it does only give 15 seconds.
But it is. We've spent years searching for the phasmid, hunting it together. Without it, what are we? Just another pathetic old couple. If I hadn't led him down this path, he could have a steady job lecturing at a university.
Normally, when I think about stuff like women and marriage, I feel bad. When I think about you and Morel, I feel okay. That counts for something, no?
Oh, of course it counts for something. But we've had our hard times too. I was a paraplegic before we met. He didn't know before I arrived. On our first date. If I weren't the queen of the cryptozoologists, if I didn't tell him that story...
She has to swallow to relax her throat. It's keeping her from talking.
This is hard. He'd still be into you. That's not how these things work. Chat. Chat, this is difficult. I want to help Lena. I think I need to listen. I've
wasted enough of your time with this drama. I really must go before I start crying and waste more of it. What you have to know is the Insulindian phasmid probably does not exist. Let us fools chase our ghosts. There are a million better things to do with your life.
Thing is, you're not sure you made it up either.
I'm not sure of anything. Sometimes I still see it, you know. The real memory. Not the memory of the memory, but it's so hard to tell the two apart.
Rising, unfolding from the reeds on a hot summer's day, like a benevolent god.
Either way, I should go. Poor Morel is running a fever, and I need to get him home to Jamrock before we overstay our welcome with Gary.
Are you sure you don't need help getting to Gary's?
Oh no, thank you, but I can get there on my own. This old thing is gas-powered. And then a taxi home. It's not so bad.
You do that. I'll check the traps one more time.
Really?
Oh, sweetie. Please don't get stuck on a dream. Take it from me and Morel.
Him, we've got to go along the coast anyway. It's fine. Nice, Mage. Can I have your address? Just in case there's news.
Okay, it's 1113 Tabernacle Road, Jamrock, but...
A sigh. She doesn't think you'll need it.
It's been a pleasure, ma'am.
Likewise, sweetie. Thank you for everything. Truly. Even though it turned out to be a...
Oh.
A dream. A fool's hope. Say her lips moving in silence. Like that, she dries off, The gas engine sputters quietly as she gets to the doors, then pushes them open.
That was very
Outside,
loud.
the cold coastal wind blows.
We should go to...
Somewhere out there, a kilometer to the southeast, a gust of wind shakes the felled building, rattling dusty windows, beckoning with strange coldness, to ask the wind once more.
I agree, Shadow Mage. I think one of the things that makes this game so impressive is the quality of the secondary and tertiary character. She's not a main character. I'm sure there are lots of people who played this game and only spoke to her once or twice and never really followed up on anything. But there's so much depth to even those minor characters. Yeah. So this one's done. As much as she thinks anything can be done, it's done. Oh? Oh, a thing. There's something down there. The musty smell of potato cellar in spring emanates from the air vents. What? Excuse me? Whom's cellar? Etched into the wood, barely visible. Remember the. The rest is lost to time. Wait, more thing. Yes. Chat, there's money. This is all that matters. Okay. Ooh, thought. The sea breeze carries more than salt. Meat. Not rotten, not fresh, grilled. Okay, so Kim, hear me out.
Just an ordinary wall.
Damn it. At some point, I am going to save scum through that. Because I want to see what it is. Smage, you say every bad character has a good side, which is completely accurate. One of the things is, even someone as awful, and he is, as Everard, at the end of the day, he only keeps his position because he is better for the workers than they had before. Now, there's also insane levels of corruption and blah, 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 but at the end of the day, people keep him in.
Weathered brown door. The number reads 20.
Wiggle time is amazing.
Something smells good. Soup allongio.
Onion soup, hell yes.
The lieutenant motions to you to go ahead and knock. This is the door. You already know it's the right door. This is going to be so hard.
Hold on, Kim. We should discuss this before we move on. What should we expect?
You're right. Let's talk this through.
You hear light footsteps passing by the door and some folk music playing on the radio.
We have our first preliminary identification. In all likelihood, the deceased is the husband of Billy Méjean. We need to confirm this, as well as deliver the death notification to Billy herself. Now, delivering a death notification is never an easy task. There's a reason why it's often called the most stressful part of our job. This is why it's usually done in pairs. You got this. I'll be monitoring reactions, ready to act if necessary.
Do you have any advice on how to tell her?
Dad, just don't say that you know how they feel. You don't.
Good advice.
All right. I think I'm ready.
The lieutenant motions towards the door.
Hello? Who is it?
A voice calls out from the other side of the door.
And someone turns down the radio.
Is this Billy Méjean's home? This is the police. Please open the door.
The police? A moment, please give us a moment.
Tidying up, nervously.
Oh, snug time is so good.
There's fear in her voice.
Come in, the door is open.
Empty pack of red Astra cigarettes hidden under the bed. The same brand of cigarettes you found in the trash next to the deceased. Package of humanitarian aid macaronis. But they're pretty poor. Some leftovers kept warm on a stovetop. Smells like buckwheat and onions here. A chalk-drawn height chart for children's growth over the years. Oh no. A textbook for high school. Mathematics, trigonometry mostly. Posters of contemporary pop stars adorn the walls. The clock is ticking away with an odd cheerfulness. Its ticking makes you anxious, rings hollow in the room. Windows covered in old newspaper clippings.
Hello, I'm Billy. Would you like something to drink? Tea? Lemonade? We're out of coffee. I was supposed to get some tomorrow.
The lieutenant has taken off his foggy glasses and is busy cleaning them in his handkerchief for now. You're on your own here. He must feel vulnerable without his glasses. Is this why he's letting you take the lead?
Thanks, but I'm alright.
Is this about Victor, my husband? Is he in some kind of trouble again? I can come pick him up in the station if that's what.
She stops, her eyes trying to read answers from your face.
No, this is something much worse. Is he in a hospital? How bad is it?
It's like ripping off a bandage. The least painful way is to do it straight away, without stalling.
Empathy is... Chat, can you try to boost my psyche again? And, I don't know, lower my physique or anything other than psyche? Because... we're gonna need this. I don't want to make... Oh, I don't want to make this worse than it is. 83% chance, as good as I'm getting.
You've done this before. Just keep your focus.
Ma'am, I'm very sorry to say that your husband, Victor Méjean, was found dead on the Martinez board.
What did you say?
A great and terrible spike. The blood freezes in her veins.
Your husband, Victor Méjean, is dead. Very sorry for your loss.
Oh,
He touches her neck, eyes pale like pearls in seawater.
oh. But he was just...
She looks at the kitchen table, where 2 cigarette butts are still in the tray.
But he was just here. Alive.
We understand this comes as a huge shock. I want you to know that me and my partner are here for you if you have any questions. Take your time, ma'am.
Good job, Kim.
What happened to him?
She turns to you. Her neck and cheeks are covered with red blotches. Her double chin is shaking. It was an accident. He fell through a hole in the boardwalk.
Was he drunk?
We don't know yet, but we will let you know when the results are.
I see. And you just found him there, lying in the cold.
This is one of the most painfully real parts of this game so far.
How long had he been there?
If you say 2 days maybe, it will be etched in her mind forever.
It couldn't have been long.
She blinks, eyes welling up with tears, as her hand starts searching for something from the pockets of her dress.
Here.
The lieutenant takes out his handkerchief and offers it to the woman. She nods and slowly wipes away her tears. Is there anyone we'd call for you? A friend, a family member, someone who could be here for you?
No. I just need to tell my girls.
The air gets sucked out of her lungs suddenly.
It burns like acid.
God, should I call them? Should I tell them to come home?
No. A day.
No, take a day to recover. We'll be better prepared when they come home tomorrow.
Good. That's probably the right thing. Thank you.
No, Juice, it's not the worst story in the game, but there's something very... I think what makes this feel so real to me is it's very undramatic. She's not screaming and crying, she's struggling.
She can't take much more. Her stomach is churning. Soon she will have to go to the bathroom and scream.
Just tell me, what do I need to do next? Where is he? Can I see him?
We've taken him to the city morgue. The local coroner will be contacting you shortly to arrange the funeral. Here's his number in case you want to contact him earlier.
He hands her a leaflet with the morgue's contact info.
Is there anything else that the RCM could do for you?
No, I'll call you if something comes up. I'm still...
She rubs her face, runs her fingers over cheeks that have become numb.
Thank you. Thank you for telling me. I'll call if...
She runs out of breath.
These are her last reserves of strength. Her muscles will give in soon. Already, she starts to shake.
Again, very sorry.
We should step outside and talk.
Set the library card by her, leave. Yeah, Shadow Mage. Which is how it is sometimes.
You did well.
The lieutenant says as soon as you've left the apartment. The balcony feels cool and quiet with a stunning view over the distance. What now?
I'll call the station when we're finished with the day and let them know the name of the deceased.
What about Billy and her kids?
They'll manage.
They have to. It's not your place to live their lives.
That's it?
That's it. We should get back to our case now that our duty here is done.
Right? This is closed then.
Let's go.
You look south, over the crumbling balustrade. There, 1.2 kilometers away, a piece of broken stone cuts into the sky. A tomb. On it, a mural that used to say, "Tomorrow is just a whisper away." You cannot really see the felled building from here, but somehow you feel like you should return to it.
Interesting. That's the second time I've got that. Now, I do know why, but it's interesting that the game's being pretty explicit about that. Wait. 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 Can I? I can't quick travel from here. I love how many of those are Tom motes. Hello, Oak. For the Feld building, fisherman shacks are probably actually easier. Wait, those aren't Tom motes? Oh, okay. They just look like Tom motes. Wait, money in the flower box? No. A primer for small kids. Okay. Juice, I'm gonna need a citation on that. Also, having not myself played Hollow Knight, I don't know who any of the characters are. I didn't know that was from Hollow Knight. I just saw some cute bugs.
The once bright mural towers above you, saying, Feld Electrical, R&D. Tomorrow is just a whisper away.
Sage, I own the game. I will. Okay. So this is much better. Found the empty trap, heard Lena's true story, made that awful call, death notification, found the jacket. Thank you, Sage. I'll put it on my list. Listen to the wind.
Suddenly, there's a sigh, carried on the molecules around you, moving, flowing from high pressure to low pressure, like that of a woman emptying her lungs. She wraps the collapsing stone box in front of you in her breath, flowing through it.
Where does it go?
In through the collapsed roof, flowing down a concrete staircase to the basement, sweeping away footprints in the dust on the stairs, and then the beach below the boardwalk, its winding tunnels, a whisper away.
Oh, a tunnel below. What is happening?
She's down there.
Say, I think she's down there, below this building.
Okay. Why?
I am going to give the answer that is not going to get Kim to think I'm mad. We've looked everywhere else.
Right. How do we get in there? The doors were on the collapsed side of this building. They're gone, basically.
There's a ladder next to the sign. Perhaps we can climb it, enter through the roof?
Perhaps you can climb them. We are not climbing anything. I'm 43 years old, and I plan to live to see 70.
Nice, Kim.
There has to be a way to use brute force. Climbing sounds unsafe. Brute force is safe. Look around and find something to break if the ladder fails.
Thanks, physical instrument. Ah, but there are tunnels beneath. But also, while I'm down here, I can mayhaps check a trap. Wait, confess?
A few locusts trudge along the wall of the trap. The rest are piled in a heap in the corner, dead. No phasmid anywhere. Poor things.
Well, that didn't work out. Fuck, you're right, Smage. That would have been the perfect line.
An old pipe peeks out from beneath the rotting boards of the boardwalk. Could this be an alternative path into the Fell building?
Come closer and look in.
Your eyes slowly begin to adjust to the darkness inside the drainage pipe. The lieutenant looks over your shoulder.
What's in there?
An ordinary drainage pipe. Darkness.
Hey, what else?
As your eyes adjust, you see some trash. Crumpled up newspapers, cigarette butts. Someone has half-heartedly spray-painted skulls on the right side. And nothing. Broken glass from bottles thrown against the walls of the pipe. A syringe.
Did we get into the Feld building through this pipe?
Given that this isn't a martial arts thriller, it's highly unlikely, and not without risk to our health either. However, the pipe suggests there may be an entrance to the basement around.
The lieutenant pushes aside the reeds and looks around.
And it's right here, a maintenance door.
He points to a rusted metal double door to the right of the pipe, obscured by the reeds.
It's jammed shut. The subtle approach isn't going to work on this one. Oh yeah, big boy time. This needs you to put your back into it.
Broke into Kuno's apartment, broke into Communist's apartment, broke bookstore door. The game's just saying, you are a god of breaking down doors. Do it again.
The metal doors are heavy, and the flaking rust hurts your palms. But, together with the lieutenant, you manage to slide them open just enough to squeeze in.
Oh yes.
Good work. Shall we?
You should take out your flashlight. You should suck my gnat. This overturned table is covered in orange mildew, crawling with something. Antiquated office furniture. Last century, maybe? Brought down and forgotten so long ago. This collapse nearly sealed the basement. One can barely squeeze by. Oh, but one can squeeze by, if one desires. Old file folders in the cart, documents silvery with mold. A series of thick, dusty panes of glass. A suit jacket. I'm probably not going to wear that because it will cover my exposed thighs, which are very important to me. In the beam of the flashlight, a crevice in the wall. Oh no. Why is this so cool? Stale fabric, smell, and dust. No one slept here in months, maybe years. You see, I can't wear that coat. But a new hat? I'm not currently wearing a hat. Oh, that's a very good
This
hat.
hat is so soft, so warm. It wraps around your head, and your mind tingles with all manner of socio-economic theory.
This is an Ushanka, right?
Kraz Mazov would have worn this Ushanka. Mazov knew where to cook those thoughts. That's why it bears a Mazovian logo. Glory to the revolution, comrade. Whether you like it or not, wearing this hat has made you more communist.
I mean, that's tough, but sure. These pots and plates are full of dust and spider webs.
A mustachioed and mutton-chopped man, amateurishly depicted, gazes at you with sad eyes. The plaque reads, K. Mazov. There is a spider web in the lower left corner of the portrait.
Brush the dust off the portrait.
Years' worth of dust is shaken off. The full head of hair, matched by an ample moustache and sideburns, look a bit silly.
Okay. So I've shaved, but that's literally how I started.
Someone crouches, heels digging into wet sand. Hands sweep across the sand, grains sticking to the frayed skin of the fingertips. An old man sits on a slab of concrete and taps his fingers against the glass of a scope. You shudder.
A scope? Oh ho ho. Someone perhaps with a rifle? Look, Kim, it's Comrade Mazov.
Yes, I can see that. Looks like some communists were hiding out here. They left a long time ago.
A long time? How long?
Half a century? This was probably part of the network of defense posts the communards built against the amphibious landing. I think the purpose of this bunker was to produce propaganda. It would have had radio equipment back then, but that's all been looted.
Day 4, Oak. What's with all these secret weapons caches and secret bunkers? Smage, it may in fact have been a thing, because Shivers is weird.
We have found a lot of those lately. I guess what most people think of as history tends to linger in rundown neighborhoods. Martinez being what it is, no one has gone through the trouble of cleaning out the old bunkers.
Could it be connected to the Mazov bust we found in the student's room?
Millions of depictions of Mazov have been produced. They're not all connected. Besides, that looked like some student. The youths always go for this kind of stuff.
Could someone have stopped through here recently?
You mean like Ruby? No, I think we've stumbled on a piece of history.
Revolutionary propaganda on the bunk bed. Ancient flyers and brochures. Wait. There's a tiny little thing there. The same slit windows you saw from outside. I want to explore. There was a door here. I could just about get through. Yeah, Sage, it's you. Wait, I can go downstairs? There's more? Oh, hi, rats. Oh no, there isn't more. That's literally the door I came out of. I didn't say it was only Sage, I just said it was Sage. The glass is covered with grime and dust. You can barely see out. Oh, presumably this is if you climbed the ladder, it would take you to the roof. Stones fall. Long way down. Oh no. The gusts of wind, the height feels dizzying. The central support beam has been destroyed by artillery fire. Interesting that you can't look at these images at all. But yeah, I'm guessing this is where the ladder would eventually have brought you. If you took the ladder. Wait, can I get across there? I cannot. Okay, so there was nothing in here. I have a lot of very funny friends.
This
They
isn't
just want
just
that.
glass. These are old computation components.
These are computer components?
Yes, filament memories. From the time when wires were cast in glass, slides with an inlaid nervous system.
How'd they do that, and why?
The how was a closely guarded secret. Something that was locked in safes in human heads across the river where they were manufactured. As to why, your fingers don't know.
Hey Kim, look, old cybernetics.
So it is. I think it is used to form a single system, slotted in the wall.
So this is all that remains of Feld R&D?
The rest of the building seems to have been picked clean.
Could this be part of the Feld playback experiment?
These? No. These are old filament memories. I hope you're not expecting to find that device here. You will be disappointed.
All you'll find here is pain.
Boot prints in the sand. One of the souls appears to be more worn than the other. We found us a ruby. There's something in the air, an unnatural buzzing. I'm going to save, using some of the knowledge I have from the first time I played. The tunnel collapsed. You'll have to find another way around. It's getting louder, the buzzing sound.
There it is again, like a swarm of hornets buzzing under your scalp. A strange tingling you can almost smell.
Lieutenant, do you feel something?
No. What do you mean?
A pain, a strange tingling.
I don't feel it, but we should still be careful. There were footprints back there, and I'm pretty sure they were fresh.
I saw them too. Footprints with the right sole worn smooth.
Looks like our suspect. If she's in here, we need to plan our next step carefully.
What do you mean?
Once we detain a credible suspect, who knows what the Union and the Wild Pines will do? We'll set in motion events we have no control over.
This part of town is a fine clockwork puzzle. Disturb its peace, and it will start breaking down uncontrollably. Keep calm. Go over the whole situation in detail.
Everett knows more than he's told us. Maybe we should continue working for him?
You're right. However corrupt he may be, nothing happens in Martinez without him knowing. We might have to dirty our hands, but...
In this case, we can't afford to be squeaky clean.
We know what Joyce knows about the murder, but I may have other things to discuss with her.
Yes. There won't be time for that once things go down. Matter of fact, I don't think there's time for it now, but...
If you must.
How bad do you think things could get?
Well, we are not responsible for what we can't predict, are we? I don't think the entire city will be razed to the ground.
Oh, okay.
If you can't predict it, there's nothing you could have done.
What do you think is waiting for us there?
I think I see a cavern. Maybe more cellars? I think we've been careful enough. We still have the element of surprise.
I wouldn't be so sure. You haven't exactly been sneaking.
Or maybe not. Either way, once we go deeper, there will be no turning back.
Okay, so I shouldn't have been running. Fine. Concrete pipe buried in sand and dust. Feels strange.
Suddenly, your entire body is paralyzed. Aggressive white noise fills your skull. A strange pain, like you've never felt before. Through the static, you hear a woman's voice.
Damn it, this is what I wanted to avoid. I don't know how to avoid this. Yeah, that's a bit frustrating.
It's like 1,000 radio stations are being blasted into your head all at once. But her words are the only ones you can make out.
Does anybody know how to avoid this? Yeah, Juice, it's very important.
I know you're feeling pretty uncomfortable right now. Don't move too much or fight it. That'll just make it worse. Can't say it's a pleasure, officer. I was really hoping not to make your acquaintance. But here we are.
Don't focus on the pain. Focus on doing your job. Tell her she's under arrest.
You're under arrest.
Really now? Check this out.
You're overwhelmed with a new surge of violent static. It feels like a blood vessel exploded in your brain.
Are you gonna kill me too?
No, I'm not going to fucking kill you. If that had been my plan, you'd be dead already. All things considered, I'm being pretty reasonable here.
I'm gonna load. I'm not happy with how this went down at all. I know for a fact that there's a way to do it differently, and I'm going to. If only because I just want to see what the different path is. Plus, there's still a lot I can do. I can put away my flashlight. Be more cursed, mage. We like cursed. Let's do the church thing, because I know there's cool stuff in here.
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock, carelessly drilled into the wood.
I did, Juice. It's horrifying every time it happens. Open the padlock.
The lock turns easily. You hear a click as the shackle pops open.
Let's go.
Pull on the doors.
As you do, you hear the echo of the doomed commercial area, its black halls and dusty machines. Then the feeling passes. A great whoosh of air rushes into the dark innards of the church, as though rushing to fill a great vacuum. In the heart of the city,
Well, it's clear that something's going down. A strange stillness fills you as you look ahead. You should walk here, not run. You know what? That's valid. The blackboard is filled with complex equations. They look recent. Something to do with radio frequencies? Two decks of reel-to-reel tapes spinning on empty. A portable Harman Waushi tape recorder. Someone's siphoning electrical current from outside into this antenna.
a machine stands in the corner, watched over by the figures on the stained glass window. It's turned on and quivering with soft electricity.
You know what, Sage? That is sufficiently cursed, and I appreciate it.
Another radio computer. And this time it's already turned on.
He seems cautious around the machine.
These machines sometimes harbor traps, he thinks. Alarm systems and the like. Let's be careful.
I meant to say smage.
We should probably let it be. It's becoming clear that there's no trace of the suspect anywhere inside the church.
Oh no, Sage. Sage, you really upped the curse. The machine looks just like the one in the doomed commercial area.
It's also quite similar to the one we have down at the station. Must be the same model.
He inspects the machine's framework, careful not to touch anything.
The one you saw earlier was the Ream Civic. This is the Ream Prefect, a model number RC7024, equipped with a Fell mainframe and a Ream-compatible interim printer.
You're right, let's get out of here. I'll investigate you later.
In white, silver, and apricot faience, the young mother of humanism stands above you. A crack runs across her body. She is impossibly tall, oval-faced and sad, a dark and radiant majesty. Cradled in her arms are a pair of glowing lungs, clearly visible from underneath her flowing dress. You should kneel.
I think I will.
Your knees touch the floor. The floorboards are hard and cold. There you kneel among the snowdrifts, diffuse light falling on your hands from beyond the glass.
Look up.
The woman looks down at you kneeling. She towers among her followers, architects, laymen, courtiers. There is a sad smile on her lips and a glint in her green-blue eye of what? Compassion? Remorse?
Wait, Juice, that's incredible? That's a category? Oh, I love speedrunning communities. It's morning.
As that terrible word passes through your mind, the lieutenant draws an X-shaped cross from shoulder to shoulder.
Do the same as you get up.
Your fingertips touch your chest 4 times. Then you rise from your knees into the apricot-colored light of the window. Above you, the woman still smiles her distant smile, sundered by the crack in the glass.
Hi, Crow. Also, wonderful comment. Whoops! Guess who doesn't have a brain? How did I know this is the mother of humanism?
It's a mystery sprinkled with self-pity and regret. For some reason, unknown to your mind, looking at her delicate eyes makes you feel like you're ready for drowning. All you know is,
Good.
this is the young mother of humanity, and that you should go. Do something else. Escape her sad, worry-worn look.
Who is this, Kim?
It's Dolores Day. The old woman was right. This is the DeLorean Church of Humanity in Martinez, or the Small Paimo Church in some records.
You knew of the place?
It's a minor landmark, not easy to find. Most maps misplace it. It was built not long after Revachol's founding, 300 or so years ago, by first-generation settlers.
What else do you know?
There used to be 7 stave churches on the coast. Les Sept Sœurs, they call them. The 7 Sisters. Only one remains. The rest were burnt in the revolution or used for building materials. We should be respectful here, although the building appears to be deserted. I do not believe we'll find the instigator here. Something else, perhaps?
He looks at the machinery lying around. Oh, Smage! Smage, I'm sorry. I didn't want to get involved.
There it is again. A small pang of guilt. It's time to ask him what happened here.
Do you know why it was abandoned?
I have a theory, yes. There was a police raid a while back. I heard the place was shot to pieces.
Ah,
The old woman in the village was being tactful with us when she didn't mention it. She has more respect for the RCM than many around here.
who conducted this raid?
Well, your station was involved, I hear. Although I can't be sure.
You're not sure?
3 precincts were involved in the raid, and people say Precinct 41 was one of them.
I guess I could have been here.
I'm sorry, I'm not saying you were. It was a clandestine operation. I don't know anything about it, why it was conducted, or who participated. I try not to pry into extra-district matters.
Wow, Stitch, that is the best and worst way to describe it. Thank you. If I was here, I should find out what I was doing.
Good luck. You will not get information on a confidential operation from your station secretary just by calling. If you really don't remember, it might be better to keep this one forgotten. It happened a while ago. It's unimportant to our business in Martinez now.
Oh, 8%. Reconstruct the cracked glass. Sage, I don't do anything except allow y'all to run wild.
The shards glimmer in the dark. You see little pearls of light on the edges of the crack that splits the female figure. Something was written there. Remains of broken letters line the emulsion. What it said, you do not know.
Juice. Turns out I didn't need to know that. Why are you going that way around? Yeah, Crow. Ooh, shoes. Empathetic shoes. Nah, I like my perceptive shoes. Harry, you wanna... The spider has spun its web around a carved wooden pillar. A cracked pane of glass. Colorful. I wonder if knowing about that cracked pane of glass would help me try to reconstruct. Frost has drawn flowers on the glass, obscuring the view. A figure drawn in frost on the glass, depicting a deer. Ooh, a fancy scarf. Well, here are the bowls of water that someone was talking about. A prayer book has been left open.
The silence in this part of the church, it's almost palpable. All the shifting matter and shuffling of living things is gone. Nothing seems to exist beyond the church anymore.
Thank you, Stitch?
Maybe if you were to stand in just the right spot, even your footsteps would be completely silent.
Wait, I think I hear something. This is one of the weirdest parts of this game.
And then it's gone. Almost all of it. But for the faintest of hums. You can hardly hear your own breathing.
Yell as loud as you can.
Your voice is barely audible. Not a howl, but the softest of whimpers. It's unnerving.
Stomp your feet and clap your hands.
You produce a few muffled thumps, after which the silence feels even more total, somehow.
Turn to Kim. What's happening?
The lieutenant points to his ears and shakes his head. Then he leans closer.
Can you hear anything?
Not really, but it's extraordinary. I've never experienced anything like this.
I wonder why the church was built with such strange acoustics.
His detached tone conceals how uncomfortable he is.
Yes, Mage, I remember exactly when it happened. Whatever it is, it's definitely real. Something odd is happening around us.
The lieutenant doesn't reply. but you can sense him tense up next to you.
Look up into the bell tower.
The orderly rows of ceiling panels become barely visible, then disappear completely in the darkness of the tower overhead.
You see? That's why it's an advantage to boost your perception really high, including wearing your very perceptive boots. Oh, and I rolled an 11 anyway.
It's like there's something moving up there. A shadow has emerged from the tower and it's making its way toward you through all the other shadows.
Follow the shadow's movements.
It's not a shadow anymore, becoming more substantial as it gets closer. The shape of an animal descends.
I can't do a good Vegeta voice, unfortunately.
Officer, is there something up there?
The lieutenant follows your gaze, attempting to see whatever it is that you're seeing. I miss Vegeta too.
Oh no, you've lost sight of it. Where did it go? Prepare for an attack.
Is it on the ceiling?
Yes, the darkness makes the ceiling feel infinitely far away. It's climbing down, holding on the beams.
Blink.
You see something hanging from the rafters, looking straight at you with dark eyes.
Hi.
Maybe it's possible to talk to it. Is that a man? A man made of the same stuff as the carpentry of the building. He is studying you intently. The Crab Man.
Say nothing. Be quiet for now.
The man leaned forward a little, fixing you with a steady, unreadable gaze, then speaks.
Habitual alcohol use has made you into a scared little pussy, Holmes. But don't worry, everything's gonna be all right. You come to the right place.
All the voices and sentences I was expecting to come out of his mouth, that was not one of them. The right place for what?
Here you can receive the mother's love. And when you're ready, she will take your hand and lift you out of the despair at the bottom of that bottle.
This man is obviously a habitual narcotics user. Do we really need to question him?
I'm put off by this religious stuff, he thinks. And maybe the ceiling climbing, too. It's all very hard to square with the lieutenant's own view of reality.
So it's worth noting, he doesn't appear to be wearing pants, making him my brother.
Hey, and what was that about the bottle again? You haven't even drank that much lately. Lay off it already. Shish.
Yeah, I guess I have a bit of a problem. And it's been getting out of hand lately, but...
Está crudo, way. I see deep inside you. Your body and your spirit are suffering greatly from overindulgence. And you don't even know it.
Oh, I'm very in touch with my suffering.
Not all of it. I was like you once. You don't know all the havoc El Vino is wrecking on your mind and your spirit. Necesita parar, homie.
You know, actually, since we're here, you may want to pay attention to what the ceiling climber is saying.
Him! I don't even drink anymore, at least for several days.
Look at these crazies. What is this shit?
Accurate, Juice. Alcohol is central to my identity. For some reason, I feel like you have a point there.
Don't trust me. Trust the mother. I'm only the messenger, Holmes.
Oh no, a new thought? I must immediately. It's gonna give me insomnia? I can live with that. It has been brought to your attention that you're an alcoholic, and that it's a sickness, and it's killing you. You're crawling on your knees through life, your booze-filled belly dragging on the ground. Your brain now fuzzy, now in overdrive, your hair sticking together with today's cold sweat and yesterday's vomit. Ick. Perhaps they're right. Anything is better than this, even bone-dry reality itself. Maybe you can quit. I mean, it'll take me a while, but I'm up for it. See, so many of these I never got before. Like, I never even had the option because I didn't speak to him the right way.
This is the Church of the Mother of Silence. You are welcome here.
This Mother of Silence sounds like a serious player. You might want to be careful until you find out what you're dealing with.
I also need water, but I've got mine next to me. Have good water, Sage. Chat. Have a drink, have a stretch. Have meds if you need them. You must be the crab man.
Never known myself to be a crab, but if that's the name you got for me, I won't stop you from using it.
Hey, it's your neighbors who came up with this name, not me.
I always thought of myself more like a flame, flickering along the rafters and beams. It may be that I gotta work on my technique.
What were you before you became a crab man?
I was in a gang way, but my memories of that time are fading. Most of them are already gone.
So you used to be in a gang, but you don't really remember it? Sounds convenient. Nah. I lost my memory too, and it haunts me.
No, man. You gotta let that shit go. Then the mother's light touch will fill you with rapture.
Chat, my light touch can fill you with rapture.
Do you remember your name, sir?
The lieutenant is not particularly interested in this information. He's just trying to assert some control over the conversation.
Tiago's my name, but those syllables don't mean much to me these days. A name isn't just your identity, but also, so to speak, your place amongst your fellas, your place in the world. I ain't got no use for such a place anymore.
My name's Harry.
That's just the thing, Holmes. None of that matters.
I don't know, maybe, Stitch. What are you doing here?
This is a special place. There's a perforation in the world up there. A way out into nothingness. This church was built around it for purposes of veneration.
Haha, I'm sure that is purely metaphorical and not a completely literal thing.
I circled it, nurtured by the silence bestowed by the mother. One of these days, I'll be pure enough to go drink from it directly.
Mother of Silence. You mean her? Point to the window.
No. There's a new god in town, and she can be painted or sculpted because she has no limb or even a face. She is the end. She is a cavity in the dark beyond sense. She saved me, but I couldn't describe her to you. No one can, Holmes, and no one ever will.
His adoration is beyond sexual. This cavity is something that no human form has.
What will happen once you drink from this perforation?
I will be incinerated, but not destroyed. Finally, I won with the state of the world before reality began.
That sounds like being dead. You sure you didn't switch one drug for another?
It's not like that at all, man. It's just faith and joyful service.
I was being insensitive, sorry. Let's move on.
No worries, man. I know this shit takes time.
I still don't understand what you're doing in the church.
I'm a seraph, Holmes. I sing the Mother's glory.
Singing is good. I'm a bit of a singer myself.
I don't mean literal singing, Holmes. This is the mother of silence we're talking about. It's the singing of a burning heart. You may be thinking, but fire crackles. No, Holmes. That's the material that's burning. The flames themselves are without sound.
That's valid, actually. How did you even find this place? This church?
Hard to say. I think I did some construction work here, back when I still had material worries. Up there, I realized what the true purpose of the church was.
Now this makes me wonder, there were 7 churches. Did they all have a perforation in reality? Or is this the one that survived because of the perforation? Or hard to know.
Been spending a lot of time here ever since. The past is nothing to me now, Way. It didn't belong to me.
Are these yours? Showing the scarf and shoes.
I think they were. A long time ago. I had to shed them like skins to get closer to the center of the silence. You could have them. I don't need them anymore.
Right, I had other questions.
The sinewy figure lingers on the wooden beams, blending into the shadows.
You've been here for a long time. Did you see the police raid that took place here?
Something like that.
Did you witness it?
Not really. Or at least I don't remember much of it anymore. The mother's love has done its job. That's what's so great about the mother. It lets you forget about everything.
Some ravers want to turn this place into a nightclub.
The ones in the tent outside? Right? I see them. Guessing they're the ones who call me a crab. Probably scared of me.
Wait, do they have reason to be scared?
Nah, man. They look pretty funny. And I don't harm no one anymore. Anyway.
Though he used to, a long time ago.
So what do you think about the nightclub, that is?
Why not? They wouldn't bother me none. I'm usually way up there, imbibing. Ain't no music on earth that can reach where I go. Might even be nice to have some company.
He said that in spite of himself. He's more attached to the human than he'd like to think.
Most people are. You know where the other spooker is? Pointed the strange machines.
Other spooker? Oh, esa viejita es muy estudiosa. Don't know, Holmes.
Wait, so there is another person living in the church? And it's a vieta?
No. I just call her viejita because of her
Viejita.
clothes. She's actually quite young. Or maybe not that young. Age is just one of the many masks we wear.
Wait, what if it's Ruby?
Did it ever seem to you like she was hiding here from something?
The lieutenant seems to be thinking the same. He takes out his little notebook.
You mean like a fugitive?
He glances at the abandoned radio computer on the other side of the nave, pulsing with light. Then he shakes his head.
No, man. Quite the opposite. I don't think she cared much about authority or anything else for that matter. Maybe only about her machines.
I see. And where is she now?
I told you, Holmes. I don't know.
How can you not know that when you both live here?
Don't really follow her comings and goings. Just see her typing on her computer now and then. We got different interests.
So you've got nothing else to tell me? How she looks, what she does, who is she?
I'm afraid not, Essay. You just have to wait until she comes back, or...
Or search through her radio computer.
Okay then, thanks. Man, what a weird guy. The bowl is filled with water. A live wire runs directly into it. Could these wires work as contact microphones? An interesting thought. This grotesque wooden figure looks half finished. Feels like it's trying to become one with the church. I don't really know Swiss chard that well. Like, I know what it is. Oh, the ship's back.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
About the church. I checked it out.
And? What happened?
I talked to the crab man.
Oh, man! Who is he? What did you think?
Seemed okay, to be honest. Very spiritual.
Really? Huh. Interesting. What's he doing in the church?
Just preaching and praying from the looks of it.
No matter. Is he gonna be a problem? Yeah, Noid is right. Let's get back to the point. What are we gonna do about him?
These guys will never catch him. You will never catch him. There's nothing to do.
He keeps himself physically active, thinks spiritual thoughts, and doesn't drink. Who am I to evict such a person? But yeah, he told me he wouldn't mind the nightclub at all.
I don't know, man. Doesn't it feel like a major hindrance to you? A spooky guy climbing around when all the guests are trying to have nice, friendly hyper time?
Don't worry, I don't think he really gives a damn about you or anyone else.
I guess it's not a massive problem, now that I think of it.
Everyone is welcome to dance till the morning light! Yeah!
Hi, Egghead.
Maybe. I guess we'll figure something out. Okay, but what about the other spooker? The one in Grandma's clothes? Did you see her?
I didn't see the other spooker, just some machines.
But she's in there somewhere. Has to be. Have you tried investigating the machines? Anyway, do let us know if you see her. As always, we'll be right here, waiting patiently for the news. Yeah!
Fine. I'll check out the machine as well. I wanted to avoid it because Kim wasn't super comfortable with it. Ooh, thing. A thing I missed. Interesting. More of the forked lightning pattern you saw outside. Okay, I'm gonna investigate the machine.
A machine stands and the lieutenant doesn't say. You see fluorescent play and print buttons on the keyboard. A hatch connected to the central compartment is wide open. The lieutenant says nothing. You see the machine's glowing frame reflected back from his diamond-shaped glasses. You're free to proceed.
Look inside the compartment.
Behind the hatch sits a cube-like crisscross of filaments, smoldering in the dark like fireflies. Silver tape on the side says, in black marker, log, February to March. Another filament memory. Press play to talk with the repeater.
Press play.
The speaker comes to life. Static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. An old lady greets you. Her voice sounds 100 years old.
Good afternoon. Votre accident on Saint-Brune. This is the East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the personal log?
It's the same old woman you spoke with through the radio computer in the doomed commercial area.
Yvonne, it's me again. How are you?
Good, thank you. Please repeat. Is this the personal log?
I looked inside the core, but the tape on the filament just says log February to March.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Let's look around. There's no use trying to guess the answer. Maybe he knows something.
I don't know the password.
Received. I will register this login attempt.
Heck.
Votre accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
Thanks, but I'm finished with this call.
Goodbye, votre accident.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated, revealing fluorescent play and print buttons.
Press print.
Nothing happens.
Well, that wasn't useful. Hey, Tiago. Have you heard anybody talk about a password?
Oh, hey, wait. There's coffee in the back. Oh, wait. I meant the mother's love.
Have you by any chance heard the viejita say the password to her radio computer?
Too many times, Ese. You need it for something.
Yes, it's for a first-degree murder investigation in Martinez.
Don't sweat it, vato. The password is afterlife death.
Hell yeah,
What do you
Tiago.
think of that? Makes me almost pity La Nilita Pequeña when I hear it.
Okay then, thanks.
I think we're done here, Ese.
That
Oh.
was an interesting conversation.
Bye,
However,
Tiago.
I'm still not sure whether we'll find our suspect here.
I assume viejita just means, like, cute old lady kind of something.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated. The speaker comes to life. Static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. An old lady greets you. Her voice sounds 100 years old.
Good afternoon, votre accident on Saint-Brune. This is the...
Let's try this
Good.
again.
Please repeat the password.
After life, death.
Good. I have unlocked the filament. After ending the call, please press print to access the filament. Votre accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
Fortress accident? Like the one in the doomed commercial area?
I have two machines registered to this company name in Martinez. One on Saint-Brune, the other on Rue de Saint-Ghislaine.
Aw, that's really cute. Sage.
Saint-Brune, that's the church. And Rue de Saint-Ghislaine, that's the doomed commercial area.
Anything else I can help you with?
Thanks, but I'm finished with this call.
Goodbye, votre accident.
The machine's keyboard is still... The printer prints out a long text document with dated paragraphs. It looks a bit like someone's journal.
Read the printout.
The first entry, made on the 4th of February, 51, by an unknown author, is short and concise. Arrived at the church, the door was boarded up, so I used the crowbar to get inside. Looks like the place has been deserted. Nothing out of the ordinary, but I'll ask around. Need to figure out how to get the electricity in. The lieutenant leans closer, scouring the printout over your shoulder. Just as you finish reading, he looks up, muttering under his breath.
4th of February. That's over a month ago. Whoever set up those machines has been here for quite a while.
Do you think this log might be connected to the case?
Our case? No, I don't think so. It must be some local eccentric.
Read the second entry.
6th of February, 51. Had a little chat with the local fishermen. Said I shouldn't go near that place, that the church was spooky and ridden with narcotics. It's a little spooky, all right. Still haven't figured out the electricity. See? Even one of the spookers themselves says it's unnerving. What was that about narcotics? This could prove to be interesting.
Wait, narcotics? Look around the derelict building.
I doubt that we can find any. It's just idle fishermen's gossip to scare away the kids. Nothing spooky about this place either. It's just abandoned and cold, and in an awful part of town.
7th of February, 51. Finally got the electricity in. Next on the agenda, a new antenna. I'm thinking Escasiras, something advanced.
Why would you need an antenna?
Why would anyone need any of this equipment here?
He steps on a wire running underground, inspecting it with his boot.
8th of February, 51. Bought the antenna, had some problems setting it up. Called Simon for help. Heard the others are back to making art. Drinking somewhere out of town. Sulislav started a rock band again. Lexi has been seen asking money from strangers. But at least the artists have their act together. They're qualified labor. They can get work anywhere. Graphic design, ads. The programmers are doing fine too. I mean, they're programmers. The writers, though, they're fucked. I just have to find out what caused that data loss and be done with it. Still don't understand how it managed to wipe out the backup, when the backup wasn't even connected to the front. I know. Everyone thinks it's impossible. They say I must be lying. I'm here to set it right.
The data loss?
Seems like something to do with radio computers. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about them to understand what the author is saying. Something about the backup data getting destroyed, and how everyone thought it was the author's fault. Let's just keep reading.
Just programmers, Lexi? Who are all these people?
I think these people worked in the radio computer games business, the one we saw in the Doom commercial area. They must be our former co-workers.
12th of February, 51. Brought some food from the grocery store. Apparently, there's a strike going on in the harbor. Definitely not happy to see the Martinez people again. Everything's now set up in the church. Going to start working tomorrow, 8 a.m.
The strike. We are nearing the date of the murder. Keep reading. I'm interested now. I want to know what's that radio anomaly that sent this person here in the first place.
25th of February, 51. I've been sending data up to Lintel for a while now, trying to recreate the data loss, but nothing. Didn't even feel like logging in, the disappointment. But I did discover a curious audio-spatial anomaly at the back of the church. I've named it the Swallow. It swallows sound. Need to get some mics.
I can introduce you to the Swallow.
Is she talking about?
Read the 7th then.
28th of February, 51. Yes, the first recordings confirm that the Swallow is real, and I'm not just losing my mind. It's a pillar of silence, with a diameter of approximately 3 meters. Seems like the higher I go, the less I record. This might be a coincidence, or it could be connected to the data loss that led me here.
Sage, I love it when father and son share a single brain cell. Also, Nobu, you just need to get on the right dating apps if you're seeing bears all the time.
The pillar of silence. She is talking about the silence. Is she suggesting it's more than just an architectural quirk?
But what could it be? Look at the water basin.
The lieutenant doesn't answer. He follows your gaze, studying the basins. The water shines in them. No ripples.
Read the 8th entry.
March 51. Some kind of young disco men have appeared next to the church. I've been trying to record the silence to find the epicenter, but now it turns out I've also been capturing the future of dance music, one neo-disco song over and over again. Fortunately, the song is so monotonous, I was able to devise an algorithm to factor it out. The other day, one of the disco men came in. Before I could even say hello, she got scared and left. Good, I don't want anyone distracting me from my work. That disco man must be a cell.
Must be describing a cell.
The girl on the ice? Sounds like her, yes.
March 51. I got a call from the repeater station. Someone has tried to access the radio computer in our old office in Martinez. Can't do anything about it. The storekeeper still doesn't want to let me inside the building. Thinks I'm part of some kind of curse. How Martinez of her.
That's me. I was the one who broke into the radio computer. The storekeeper must be Plaisance.
I knew it wasn't a good idea to meddle with the machine.
No. It was a great idea. You're learning things. This is how you learn things about machines. March 51. A new 2-meter aux cable. Noodles. Crackers. Ping energy drinks. Water. Toothpaste. Gum. Also some canned air. Your reading is interrupted by the sound of the church door opening. A strange woman makes straight for the radio computer.
Hi.
Breaking into my radio computer, I see.
She glares at you as she holds down the off button for several seconds. The machine reboots.
Yes, you are breaking in, but not into her radio computer. You're a master circuit bender.
Man, the modern avatar is weak. Circuit bending was never as effective as I hoped it.
I do apologize for the intrusion, madame. We are with the RCM, you see.
We're looking for a suspect in a murder investigation. We thought they might be hiding here.
No one's hiding here.
She barely looks up from the keyboard. Here the machine whir back to life.
It's just me and my computer, and it has been this way for weeks. Now please give me some room. I need 2 seconds to see that you haven't destroyed anything.
We should talk to her after she has rebooted the machine.
What is it?
I didn't break anything, did I?
No, you just printed out my personal log and wasted some paper.
Hey, are you the lead programmer of Whirl Untethered by any chance?
Yes. Or, no. Not anymore. That project is dead.
She doesn't seem surprised to be recognized. Rather sad. Something passes over her face before she straightens her back.
Sorry, but who are you? What are you doing here?
I am Soona Luukkanen-Kilde, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident and RSA radios. I have over 16 years of programming experience, and I'm proficient in both Vox and Orbis languages.
Okay, I don't need your full resume.
If you're not here to hire me, I don't really know how I can help you.
Have you seen the Crab Man?
No.
But you know he's around?
Yes.
He's seen you.
And?
Okay, it's probably not a big deal
No,
then.
you're right. I'm not.
Have you seen anyone suspicious? Say a woman named Ruby?
What? No. No one's suspicious around here.
Why are there so many machines in this place?
I brought them here. These are my machines. Please don't touch anything.
Why do you need an antenna?
I use the AR-1 as my RAIN prefix processing unit.
RAIN Prefect. That's your radio computer?
Mm-hmm.
And that antenna is its processing unit?
Yes? You really don't know anything about radio computers, do you?
It has now stopped working. I love the idea of radio computers. It's such an interesting concept. I know a little.
Alright. Well, all radio computers perform operations up on air. So in order to gain more processing power, you need to invest in a good antenna.
The AR-1, is it a good antenna?
I guess it is. So far I've been quite satisfied with it. Martinez is an unstable region with bad coverage, and the operation has been surprisingly stable. but it's not the cheapest one on the market. So I wouldn't recommend it for your regular red tape operations. Fraser 1000 is a foolproof line for civilians. Anyway, you should do some research before you decide to buy anything. Ask around, compare the prices. There are many milieus dedicated to that sort of thing.
She liked telling you this. It calmed her nerves.
What are you doing with your radio computer?
I'm working.
The machine seems almost alien with its pulsing core. The light casting her face in a strange shadow.
Working on what?
Could you just shh for a moment? Or get to the point. I really need to focus on something.
What are those bowls of water over there?
They are connected to my reign prefect. Whatever you do, just please don't move them, okay? Thanks.
Alright, try not to touch anything. Next
Great.
question. What are you doing in an abandoned church?
You really like those questions, don't you?
I'm a
They're
cop.
bloodshot. She really hasn't been getting much sleep lately, has she?
I need to make sure you're not hiding anything.
No, I'm not. It's just me and the crab man. I'm just doing some research. That's all.
Research.
I'm looking for the location of a 2mm hole in the world.
Ma'am, that is a non-standard sentence.
She's looking for a disruption in the radio waves. That's what her personal log said. The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything.
Is the hole connected to the data loss in your journal?
Yes, that's what led me here. But I suspect it might be something a bit more complicated than that.
Hole in the world. What does that mean exactly?
Exactly. What does it mean? Up to now, it has been impossible to say what it is because it's impossible to measure nothing. What do you think it is? What qualities does nothing have? How do you measure something that does not exist?
She's suddenly absorbed in the conversation, waiting for your answer.
That's a little above your pay grade at the moment.
I can't even understand how we're talking about something that doesn't exist, let alone measure it.
You measure it by its surroundings, by that which does exist, which is what I've been trying to do. I've tried using hydro transducers to record the silence, to find out where it begins. But honestly, it's not progressing very well.
She grows silent, staring at the circle of basins. Looks like some ancient ritual. Do you have any idea where this hole might be located?
Somewhere underneath those roof beams, I assume.
So the same perforation that Tiago was talking about.
Only a faint crisscross of rafters can be made out from the dark, most of the tower disappearing into the shade. Strange things may flourish in the dark.
Hi there.
There's this place at the back of the church, a place where all audible vibrations seem to decease. I've named it the Swallow, and the higher you go, the less you record.
The Pillar of Silence? Are you sure it's not just an architectural quirk?
Maybe, but it's oddly close to the physical coordinates of the data loss that led me to this place.
This is where the Crabman lives.
I know.
You don't think Crabman might be somehow responsible here?
No, I don't.
She sounds mildly annoyed by this line of questioning, her hands typing hundreds of commands into the machine.
You said that the research isn't going well. Why not?
Because it's just trial and error, trying to locate the Swallow, the exact point in space. And I don't have a... You know what? It would be really helpful if you could just stop talking and let me work.
That's all I wanted to know about the scary 2mm hole in the world.
Great. Thanks.
Hey, about that 2mm hole in
the Swallow.
Holy okay.
What about it?
I knew there weren't more questions,
Great.
but I just had to do that. How do you feel about anodic dance music?
What? I hate it.
Okay, wow, that was quick. Why do you hate it?
Maybe I'd have to be on drugs to get it, but to a sober mind it just sounds like uninspired rug whipping. No idea what it has to do with either dancing or music.
Right. Right, but how do you feel about a club for anodic dance music?
This is about those speed freaks in the tent, isn't it? I've got some news for you. It's not a nightclub they want to build here.
What do they want to build then?
Take a guess, why don't you?
A petting zoo, a place for animals.
I can't believe they got you so easily. Go have another talk with those up-and-coming entrepreneurs, will you? Thanks.
Good luck. I'm not coming in there.
Right, I'll let you work in peace now. Man, I swear there was something else I could do here. Whoops, I should not be running in. I don't think there are any consequences to running in the church, but it just seems like the wrong thing to do.
Hi again. So, how are things going? Yes? What's the deal?
I was using the mainframe when Sona, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident, appeared.
A programmer? That's odd. What was she like? Did you ask her about the nightclub?
Sage, shut up. You're right, but shut up. She said you guys haven't been completely honest with me about your plans.
Come on, man. Who will you trust? The spooky programmer or us? We just want to make the world a better place.
Okay, but I do trust her.
Feel the love! Get down and feel it!
Okay, maybe I'm kind of feeling it.
You'll get there, believe me. When we've got our gear set up, things will be flowing and pumping. Anyway, now that it's settled, how did she seem? I mean, disposition-wise, about the dance club idea. Ja oder nein? Rocking it or dropping it?
Assuming you're talking about Monhan Nobu, and given that you were talking about bears earlier, I'm guessing it's my favorite bear friend. He did not like the anodic dance club idea.
What a pity! That's my favourite thing in the world! And she doesn't like it at all!
A shame. What can we do now? Do you see a way out of this jam? And into a laser-lit future of dance and unity? Unity! Dance!
He made it very clear that she won't leave until her own project is finished.
And you can't just evict her?
No, I won't evict her. We have to come up with a different solution.
Look at you, Honor Man.
No, Noid. He's right. Maybe we've approached it the wrong way after all. I'm sure there's a workaround. We can make a deal not to bother her. If that's okay with her, we only want to get in the church and spread the joy and ecstasy of music. The lines in the dark exist. Coexist.
At least Crabman seems like an advanced being. He's hard. He'll understand.
Yeah, he can do his climbing thing in the tower. And the programmer, does she like anodic dance music?
He absolutely does not. Really, truly despises it.
Egghead cannot believe what she just said. It makes him pump the jam a little slower for a moment, but then he returns to the full swing of it.
No worries. We'll figure it out. If coexisting fails, you can always muscle her out, right? If it's all okay with you, what do you think?
I refuse to throw her out, but I can try convincing her.
Excellent! Good luck, my friend. Goodbye, officer.
Controversial opinion, chat. This game is good.
Yes, what is it?
What if you didn't have to leave? I talked to Andre. He wants to make it work.
I don't want to make anything work.
Hold on, you don't want to make anything work?
Yes, anything. I don't want to make anything work.
Right, got your message. Convince her to cooperate with the Ravers. 83% chance.
Hey,
Hey!
what makes the world go round?
Gotta love those low rolls. No, that's a bad idea. Don't say anything.
She stares at the terminal, completely oblivious to her surroundings. Hey, maybe if you were to find out more about her previous company, Fortress Accident, you'd have something new to say.
But I did. Maybe I have to go back to the doomed commercial area to find out. But there's actually something else I'd like to do along the way. I want to go talk to Everard. I did a thing for him, he owes me. He doesn't want to owe me, but he does. Oh, wait. Aw, there was a thought. Let's see if I can get the thought back. No, it seems to... Oh, wait, there, yeah. Somebody is habitually chilling next to the radio. I don't think there's anything else. Excuse me? Okay. I thought that was someone in the yard, and I'm like, that shouldn't be happening.
You're back before the cargo container. Its draw has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems to have grown slightly.
3% chance of convincing a container to open. Let's go for those double sixes.
And as it's always been, it's impossible to open a container with rhetoric. Maybe you're losing your mind.
There are some roles that even success is not success. But that's not going to stop me from trying. Did we get everything from this dude?
Oh, hey, mister. I knew you'd be back to talk with old Leo here. Yes, I did. It's like Lady Larice said when she opened a bathhouse in the basement of my apartment building. They can only get so far before they're aching to get back. And lots of folk really did keep coming back.
I had some questions for you, if that's not too much trouble.
No trouble at all, mister. No trouble at all. It's like that old...
Okay, bye, Leo. Not a fishing rod, is it? It's... Wait, it is a fishing rod, though. What?
Mr. Dubois, every worker...
Is an organ in the great state organism of war. Also, looks just like me. No. Every worker is a living god.
Ha ha ha! Mr. Dubois, so be it. How can I help you today?
It's done. I mailed the signatures you asked me to mail.
The Golden Boy returns once more. Wonderful. Simply wonderful, Harry. Of course, I already knew this. My friend, the mailman, confirms the letter is on its way. You've done a great thing today. You've given the children of Martinez a future and proven to be a true man of the left. I can finally trust you now.
Just wait until you open that envelope.
You're in my inner circle. You too, Mr. Kitsuragi. We can talk about anything. The strike, the murder, your lost gun, nothing is off the table.
Judging from how happy he is, it looks like you did it. He doesn't appear to suspect trickery.
Did you order the hanged man killed?
Order it? You know my men didn't kill him. They told you. It was a happy accident. You know how it is. No one takes the initiative. If I wanted him dead, I would have had to do it myself. And I'm too fat for that.
You know, valid. What do you gain from him being dead?
Why, a war, of course.
And what do you have to gain from a war?
Victory, Mr. Kitsuragi. I have victory to gain. We are going to start a war with the Wild Pines group and win before they even realize there is a war.
They're trained military people. Aren't you afraid for your men?
Harry, we outnumber them 1,500 to 1. And that's just Martinez. With all the unions in Revachol, and with public opinion on our side, we can hold off 2 men, or 15 men, or even 50 men. The more they send, the worse it's going to look for them. They made a huge mistake hiring those guys. No one likes foreign mercenaries. The leftists hate them, the fascists hate them, even the moralists think they're in bad taste.
How is this connected to the strike?
Harry, there is no strike, only war. Class war. Or, in business terms, a dawn raid. Or wait. Is that when you still pay them something? Because we won't do that. We're not going to give nothing. We're going to take Terminal B away from them. The roads, the gates, the containers, that big crane, even the damn coffee maker. We're going to take all of it for the people, and fuck Wild Pines.
Well, I agree with that last sentiment.
The word fuck rings like a gunshot from his mouth. He doesn't swear often.
So that's why you haven't let Joyce in?
Yes. It's also why I let that midget Gaumont go. He's too nice. I can't put him through this. Plus, he knows how to get in here. That woman can't tell her tits from her arsehole. She has no chance.
That is an amazing phrase. Why are you telling me your plans?
Because we're friends, Harry. Besides, it doesn't matter now. You can go tell her if you want. It won't change the course of events. We have a significant head start. It's already happening.
Who killed the hanged man?
No idea. Could have been his own mother for all I know. If you ever find the guy, give him a big fat kiss from Everard Clare. Couldn't have done it without him.
A guy, huh?
How do you know it's a guy?
I don't. I told you it could have been his own mother. I'm pretty sure it wasn't anyone from the Union. Maybe it was the mob. Or maybe he killed himself because he was a closet socialist. Truth is, I simply don't know.
How many of you guys are there in the Union?
2,372. Plus yours truly, of course.
And they're all well motivated. At least the ones you've seen.
How are you going to fund your new independent harbor?
Oh, you mean what sort of goods are going to be flowing through? How am I going to replace all the contacts we'll lose once the poo-poo hits the fan? The clients will ditch us. Harry, we've thought of everything.
Everything?
We've been running back channel negotiations with all the major clients. I think the company will be unpleasantly surprised to see how many of them stay loyal to Martinez and to the new competitive contracts we can offer. With renewed zeal sparked by communal ownership, the men will be shipping those containers double time. You'll be surprised to see how fast things go without parasites latching on. We'll have our hands free to pursue bold, exotic new revenue streams.
Again, this is one of the things I find interesting about Everard. He is a bad person. but he's a good businessman.
That's drugs.
Drug trafficking.
Drug trafficking? Don't be stupid, Mr. Kitsuragi. There are perfectly legal, 100% ethical chemical factories on the Samaran Isola. You don't need to be colonialist about it. All they do is produce components to keep the pharmaceutical industry running. That's people's health we're talking about. Old grannies, little babes, people with disabilities.
That's just the top of the iceberg, though, isn't it?
The company thinks transporting these chemicals in bulk looks bad, has bad optics, may be illegal in some countries. The Barders Union, however, we're all about the large volume column.
That's valid, Sage.
We're gonna transport the living daylights out of those materials, Harry. So your sick kid can get his benefit and your wacky uncle doesn't have to come off risperazole.
And the kids on the street can get speed and pyrrolidon.
I'm an old-fashioned guy, Mr. Kitsuragi. I sometimes grab a beer with the boys, but I have no idea about the things you just mentioned. But if I were to supply ingredients for some sort of rainbow party, I would make sure the Union took a fantastic share, and I'd keep that stuff far away from Martinez.
Is Ruby helping you secure this fantastic share?
Harry, if I was supplying raw materials to drug manufacturers, I would need an army of rubies.
Understood.
Interesting stuff. I just want to solve this murder, okay?
You know why you're such a good detective, Harry? You don't get sidetracked.
Oh, sir.
You care about the people you're supposed to protect, not some systems that may or may not be unethical.
Nah, mostly I've already made my decision about you and you're not going to change my mind.
Anyway, let's not focus on the sensationalism of the drug trade. This hypothetical drug trade is all anyone ever seems to be interested in. It would only be a small part of the harbor's turnover, just like the harbor is, but a small part of Martinez.
Go on.
Let's look at the big picture. Martinez as a whole. There are little girls out there with dreams of making music. Young mothers who want to start businesses. Models who want to walk catwalks and steel welders who want to weld steel. I'm going to unite them all into one economic body. We're going to incorporate this place to Kingdom Come. Everyone's going to be in on the wealth, and everyone's going to pull their weight.
Honestly, it's not my place to judge or express an opinion.
Harry,
I'm going to go
the
neutral
length you're
on
willing
that.
to go to keep your nose clean is remarkable. You will always have a warm bed in Mr. Clare's household, my friend, and a special place in the future of Martinez.
Can I get my gun now?
Harry, I've got to be honest with you. Your gun was found 2 days ago. Withholding this information weighed heavily on me, but it had to be done.
Fine, where is it?
An old woman has it, and let me tell you, Harry, word on the street is she's a character, so watch out.
This must be the woman who bought the gun from Roy, the one he described as terrifying.
So the gun's still with the woman who bought it from Roy.
Yes, the same one. I see you've done your research. The pawn shop made the gun easy to track. Crazy stuff, Harry. Selling your gun like that? Wild. Anyway, the neighbors of this old woman contacted my men because they trust me and the Debarders Union. Apparently, she was waving it around at the entrance to her building.
Waving the gun around doesn't sound good. None of this does.
Who is this old woman?
Unfortunately, I don't know anymore. You're gonna have to go in blind, Harry. But she's an old lady. How dangerous can she possibly be? Oh, and she calls herself the Pigs.
Of course she does.
There it is again. The pigs. Like Roy said, not good at all.
I, for one, find it refreshing. Finally, someone calls themselves a pig.
I do, Kim.
It actually sounds extremely bad, but let's not give him the satisfaction.
Can you set up a meeting?
I already have. Tonight, starting 10 o'clock, near the old fish market on the coast. The one on the boardwalk, a little past the fishing village. Be careful, Harry. I would never set you up for anything dangerous, but you did ask for this. Now, back to the fun stuff.
She will be there from 2200 hours till 0200 hours.
More fun stuff. Seems like we already have fun stuff to do.
That's it for now.
Great, Harry, great. I think we have truly built a bridge between Martinez and Jamrock today. We have united the RCM and the Debarders Union.
Suddenly there's sadness in his tone.
This has been so great. I'm sorry we don't have more fun things to do together, but if you ever feel like bouncing something off me, my door is always open.
I hate this man.
What's this? We're getting reports of normal, reasonable, temperate, political opinions somewhere in Martinez.
This is because I keep saying none of the above to political stuff, isn't it?
It's also about that, but it's also more. Perhaps it's the hangover. Perhaps it's a temporary surge of serotonin, but something tells you it's time to become a citizen of the Kingdom of Conscience.
First, where is this Kingdom of Conscience?
It is not a place. It is a moment in time that can only arise in the right circumstances. In all of human history, it's only been achieved a handful of times.
How do you bring about those circumstances?
Incrementally. Yawn. You'd get there faster with a little speed.
Electrochemistry, please! I'm having a discussion.
History's greatest catastrophes have been brought about by people trying to make the world a better place. Too quickly. That's the genius of Dolores Day. She recognized that progress is meaningless if its gains are lost because of instability. Real, lasting change can only come about gradually, increment by increment.
What about all the things that are wrong now?
Tisk tisk. Just because you live in the present doesn't mean you have the right to place your needs above the needs of the future. You may never live to see the Kingdom of Conscience. Your children may not. Even your grandchildren might not. But that's no excuse not to keep working. What a fucking joke.
Wait, is the Kingdom of Conscience really about doing things or just preserving the status quo?
Do you believe the status quo is preferable to chaos and bloodshed?
No.
Then you've never lived through real chaos. Sometimes, in the face of great disaster, defending the status quo is progress.
Fine. What's the Kingdom of Conscience really like?
The kingdom is difficult to comprehend, and even more difficult to describe. Partly because humanity will need to discard many of the categories that define and limit it today. The Kingdom of Conscience is post-capitalist, post-national.
Liking both of those.
It's also post-industrial, post-ideological, and even post-sexual.
I'm on board with 4 out of 5. Sounds incredible. Allons-y. Let's go there right now.
Slow down, Mr. Reasonable. Did you miss the part about compromising and taking things slow?
Alright, then let's get there eventually.
That's right. Remember, real democracy is just around the corner for Revachol. When that real democracy kicks in, a long time from now, we are all going to be so much happier.
I have so many thoughts. I have so many thoughts. This is probably not healthy for a brain. My fingers got confused. Confront the pigs and get your gun. See, I want to do that before I confront Ruby. Anything new over here? It looks like a no.
This is the Night Watchman's.
Yep. Genuinely, what else do I have to do? Okay, I'm gonna save before I speak to the scab leader, but I'm gonna speak to the scab leader. I have my truth stick. Surely he is unable to hurt me.
Right to work! Right to work! Shame on you!
I think you may be able to help me decipher some tattoos.
Don't think so. Suddenly, this feels like a really, really bad idea.
I saved. It was on your kernel.
Wordless, he takes the photo and looks at it. Grey eyes dart back and forth on the glossy surface. His face is unmoving. You see dead flesh in colorful rivers of polychrome, melting skin and hair.
Fucking loincloths. Really did him in.
Can you tell me what the tattoo means?
What it means?
He points to one tiny star in the web of lines, away from the man's heart, almost on his stomach. Hi, Summer. I'm making a terrible mistake.
I can tell you what this one means. Only one. You want to hear what happened here?
I don't think I do, but I'm going to.
Our colonel is deep in the bush here. Deep in the fucking bush. In Benital, 41. Monsoon season. He's on a reconnaissance mission. He spent a month behind enemy lines, scouting kept villages. Nothing but fucking bugs and snakes for fun. Men are getting restless. There's talk of switching employers.
He licks his lips as if drunk suddenly.
With some strange emotion. This is about to get really graphic. Last moment to back off.
So without having heard this, I am going to give a content warning. This is probably going to be really, really unpleasant given what we know of the person being described. Don't interrupt him.
Our boy. He's only a captain then, but he knows how these men think. If they don't see action soon.
His voice gets strangely quiet, a long, long way from right to work. His gaze pierces the paper.
At dawn, he comes upon two kids, breeding in the bushes by the river. Or maybe they weren't breeding. Maybe they were just making eyes at each other. I like to think they were breeding. We shot the boy. He was useless, but the girl, she was nice. A little fat, you know, but not too old.
Yep, I was right. This is a horrible thing.
She was quite the entertainment for the week she lasted. Expired in the hands of Sarge Mason. The kind of guy who'd make Chief there shit his pants and cry like a bitch. God. Mason couldn't let go. Cut the tits off her cold body and fucking ate them. Said primitive spirits were watching over him now.
This is just plain unpleasant.
Drowned in a creek a week later. Spirits my ass.
Something stirs in your stomach. There's a word on the tip of your tongue. Colorless, odorless. It's
evil.
You bet it was.
You were there?
No, I was somewhere else. That's just a guess as to what this one little star on his belly might mean. I'm just a bouncer.
Hi, Lime. We just heard a bad story. I'm glad you missed it. I'm doing good. How are you? You're not really a scab leader, are you?
Fucking mask is getting sweaty. I want to take my mask off.
It's true, Lime cute.
He's under orders, and orders are orders.
You can have that.
Nah, you've earned it.
All right now. Free commerce! Keep the goods flowing!
Oh, mood, Lime. I'm just gonna leave now. Well, that was not worth it for 10 experience.
A lorry stuck in
Why do I
the
keep looking
windows
in here?
are clear. They've been recently. Fumes of heavy fuel oil waft over you, making your eyes sting. The odor mixes with cigarette residue.
It's true, Sage. You think this lorry belongs to our tough guy?
Likely, yes. This guy's proud of who he is. Drapes it all over his machine.
He was acting tough before. This definitely scared him a little. You being here.
What dinner do you have, Sage? I'm excited. Okay. So, maybe if I find more about her company, I'll figure things out. Yes, you did mention that, and it sounds so good. Are my current classes? +1 logic, -1 authority. Do I have glasses that improve my visual calculus? I do. I might use them at some point. Also, I was sure I found a... Oh. I was sure I found a usable bullet. Thank you, Sage. Can I open this now? It's been several days.
This machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slowly melting.
Yeah, -20 pry bar not strong enough. That ain't gonna happen. Was there anything else in this alcove? Heck yes, Nobu.
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a... The bear's eyes are still glowing red. Watching...
Oh yeah, we put a body in there. I'd almost forgotten that. Is there anything more we can find out about them?
This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue. Your flashlight slides up. Some of the writing has...
I think I've done everything here.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering. Casting the framework
Insert the
like
production
a smooth
schedule.
draw, the filament slides into place. On the speaker comes to life.
Good afternoon. Please repeat. Is this the production schedule?
It is, and hopefully the same password will work.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Afterlife, death.
Good. I
Hey!
unlocked the production schedule. After ending the call, please press print to access the filament.
It's the same password.
Really? She just used the same password? Maybe those radio computer guys aren't that paranoid after all.
Okay, I'm so glad they actually addressed that.
Fortress accident.
Yeah, nothing more.
Tiles on the cube are still with a quiet determination. The printer starts printing. A piece of paper unfolding like a handheld fan. A black crisscross of letters covers its surface.
Read the printer.
It's a project report written by the lead producer, Andrew Andy Schott, about Whirl Untethered, a radio game developed by Studio Fortress Accident. The first few pages give an overview of the capital and workforce, while the rest of it seems to be a production schedule.
Read about the workforce. Who worked there, how long?
Fortress Accident employed 18 people, the bulk of the team composed of writers and concept artists. There were also radio programmers, sound engineers, a CEO, 2 marketing experts, and a single overburdened producer who developed a habit of popping Pyrrolidon in the basement to escape his obligations.
Oh, fun.
But on the other hand, their obligations were piling up at an inhumane rate, a rate that could only be amended by Pyrrolidon.
Tell me about the
In
money.
its short time of existence, Fortress Accident SCA managed to burn through truly insane amounts of money. The first tranche of seed financing brought in 150,000 Ria, but then came the delays.
Of course.
Eventually, the damage reached 400,000 Ria, with only half of the game finished.
Oh no.
400,000 Real? Yo. These guys knew how to party.
400,000 real? That would let me stay in my hotel room for like 10,000 days. Where did they get all this money?
Let's just say it was a real adventure for their Igaunian investor.
Skim through the production schedule, whatever it is.
The production schedule depicts their glorious descent into bankruptcy.
Right, what happened?
It was impossible not to fail. The project was too large, and no amount of money could satiate the ever-expanding ambitions of the development team. They tried to make a 4 million Real game with 400,000 in their bank account.
That's a mistake.
They thought they could bridge the gap with pure willpower and imagination. They couldn't.
So they were done in by their own ambition.
No. Even then, success remained within an ever-narrowing margin of possibility that, despite everything, never entirely disappeared. That is, until they discovered the Valley of the Heads.
The what?
At the 11th hour, the lead designer, Jimsk-born Suliswav Jalisa, decided that what Whirl Untethered needed was a secret mystical location at the extreme edge of the map.
Gold scope creep.
This place was to be the Valley of the Heads, where the heads of all the headless constructs could be found. The player would have been able to choose a head for their headless party member, and each head would have been voiced on air by a professional actor.
This is some insane shit. Who were these people?
The world had never seen their kind before, and might never again.
How many heads were there?
So many. The last count, there were approximately 10,000 heads for 10,000 headless men, all of which could be endlessly recombined.
How many combinations could you make out of that?
Do you really want to know? There seems to be a calculation here, but it may take a while.
Yeah, how bad could it be? Oh. That's many numbers. Oh, that's many numbers. Keep going. Yes, I hope Juice had a good nap. It's what Juice deserves.
The lieutenant taps his foot impatiently, his arms folded tight against his chest. He's dying for a cigarette. Come to think of it, you are too.
Keep going. There's got to be something at the end of this. I know this game.
What if you broke the radio computer? What if it's never going to stop?
Just let the numbers wash over you. Hey, we're getting to zeros. This is a good sign.
And that's it.
Okay, so that's what did them in?
Well, yeah, that and the catastrophic data loss.
The what now?
On the nature of the data loss, there's ominously little information in the production log. It comes at the very end, where things get fuzzy and dark, where tables and numbers seem to vanish into an eerie nothingness, before the Egonian investors pulled the plug. What is clear is that one day, an unidentified numeric anomaly occurred on the East Insulindian Lintel front, just as the Wirral Untethered project was being compiled that day.
The anomaly caused all the data to get lost in the air.
When the project was returned, it was completely blank. The team spent weeks on the phone with Lintel, the service provider, but despite their diagnostics, they could never produce a satisfactory explanation or pay for the loss.
Wasn't there a copy of the game, a backup?
Mysteriously enough, it seems that the offsite copy happened to be onsite when the catastrophic data loss occurred.
Huh.
It was the lead programmer's responsibility to oversee weekly maintenance of the offsite copy and, well, keep it offsite. An explanatory note from the lead programmer has been attached.
What does it say?
S. Lukanen Kilda, the lead programmer of Fortress Accident. The offsite copy was onsite because there was no offsite anymore. Not for me, not after 8 months of crunch. I didn't have a home anymore, so I started keeping it in the basement in the ice bear refrigerator near where I went to sleep. It was perfectly safe there. The temperature conditions were optimal.
Still not the right way to do it.
Her former colleagues would agree with you. She's right, actually. Nothing wrong with keeping this type of filament memory in a fridge.
Is there anything else from this lead programmer?
The production schedule ends with a few random notes that seem to be added sometime later.
Read the notes.
4 months later, by an unknown author. I am the only one left, and it's gotten rather damp here. A few other businesses have gone under, too. Slipstream switched to making skis, and the hairdressers just left, cursing Martinez. They're right, though. Something's seriously wrong with this place. Martinez, all of it. Still haven't got an answer from Lintel about what happened. All I could get were the physical coordinates of the error on the East Insulindian front on that day. Since the computation happened on air, I reckoned it had to coincide with an actually existing location.
The perforation, the hole in the world.
I have compared the coordinates to a map of Revachol West. Turns out it's only 800 meters from here. The address is Saint-Brun 1147. I am going there to look this thing in the eye. Saint-Brun 1147? That's what the street sign next to the church said. Tiles on the cube are still...
Okay, that is what I needed. Because I can speak to Sona with that. I do have a great love in my heart for LeChonk's spin.
Yes, what is it?
I've got to improve my suggestion before I can do this. Interesting. Okay. So first things first, let me put on my most suggestible clothes. Am I losing any suggestion from my current outfit? No. Anything here improve my suggestion? Fine, I'll put on my... I don't like this jacket because it covers my feet. My thighs. But it will be worth it. Potentially. Come on. Anything else for suggestion? That's -1 suggestion. I don't want that. Another jacket with +1 suggestion, and it doesn't take away any half-light. Okay. Oh, and it shows off my gams. Nice. My noodles are important. Also, I can put away my flashlight. And next thing is, let's improve my suggestion.
Yes, what is it?
97. Like, I can fail, but it's difficult.
Easy.
Hey.
When her research is done, she can move out.
Listen, about your research. You mentioned earlier that it's not going very well. Maybe I can help with something.
What? No, I don't really need any help with the project.
But if I could help you finish the project, then you wouldn't have to live in a church next to the Boom Boom anymore. Just think about it.
She thinks about it. A glassy look in her eyes. A gust of wind brings more snow in from the broken gallery. It touches her hair.
Alright. Bring me the game's offsite copy from my old workspace, if you really want to help. It's stored on a filament memory, and I'm unable to go and fetch it myself.
By your old workspace, do you mean the Studio Fortress accident in the Doom commercial area?
Yeah, that's the one. You can get in through the bookshop. You just have to do some explaining to the bookstore lady.
Actually, I've already been inside the Doom commercial area.
Good. Then you might know the giant ice bear fridge in the building's cellar. The filament is inside the fridge. Just go and get it.
Where exactly is the offsite copy?
In the giant ice bear fridge. I just told you. It has red glowing eyes. It's impossible to miss. You just need to get the offsite copy from the ice bear.
It's not in there, though.
But you've been to the fridge and it wasn't there. There was a note saying...
I found a note from the ice bear fridge. It said the offsite copy had been moved to a safer place.
Wait. A note from whom? Did it specify where they took the filament memory?
It said the offsite copy had been taken to a nearby ice cream maker. The note was signed by someone named Sulislav?
Jawiza. Of course. Our project lead, Sulislav Jawiza. God, he was always so hell-bent on keeping the copy somewhere safe. That feature creep and the Valley of the Heads. Like it would have made a difference. The offsite copy was perfectly safe when the data loss happened. That data loss was anomalous.
She crosses her arms defiantly.
And the heads... I won't even get into the heads. Millions of them. Go find that copy from that ice cream maker, will you? Thanks.
I found the ice cream maker, but I couldn't get it open. It's completely frozen.
This is getting ridiculous. Can't you just defrost it? Or, I don't know. I don't know about the ice cream maker. Just figure something out.
There's a solution, but she doesn't want to hand it over to you yet. It's a thing. Something she holds dear.
By the way, we put a dead body in that fridge.
Wait, what? Whose dead body?
You know, we don't actually have to tell the entire world about the fridge.
It was relevant.
Whose body is it?
Don't worry, I put it there temporarily. It's all part of an official police investigation.
You put it there? You put a dead body inside the ice bear fridge.
The investigation warranted it.
Okay. Very cool. Thanks for keeping me in the loop.
I got experience for that.
We would appreciate it if you kept this knowledge to yourself, miss.
Who would I tell? My mother? I don't have anyone to tell. And if I did, I wouldn't. I don't care.
Why can't you go and get the filament yourself?
The bookstore lady hates me. Says I'm part of the curse. Whatever that means.
Why does she think you're part of the curse?
Because she's from Martinez, and people from Martinez have never ever seen a radio computer. She thinks it emits elemental evil.
Don't be too harsh. That's only because of their socio-economic situation.
Yes, but she literally started praying for the higher powers when she first saw my Rame Civic. I'm not making this up.
Okay, that is a bit extreme.
The lieutenant coughs like he's amused.
Once I came in one morning, only to find that my terminal was full of those strange trinkets and amulets. Wards. It looked like some Semenine magic.
What is an offsite copy and why do you need it?
It's a backup of my former employer's project, the radio game we were working on. It's stored on a filament memory, just like the one inside this radio computer.
She's making it extra simple for you.
The backup itself is destroyed now, but I'm hoping to use what's left of it to pinpoint the exact location of the anomaly. You just have to go to my old workspace and get the filament. Thanks.
She thinks for a moment, then reaches behind the radio computer and hands you what looks like an oversized pry bar.
And here's my Qualsund multi-tool. You might need it to hack loose some ice. It opens everything. If you get me the offsite copy, then you can keep the Qualsund.
It hurts a bit for her to say this. She's not too happy to be parting with the Kvalsund. The legendary Kvalsund multi-tool. This is Prybar version 2.0 for professionals like you.
What this is a real truth stick. You thought we had a truth stick before? We didn't. Before, we had a truth twig. The same address the lead programmer of Fortress Accident was looking for. Oh yeah, this is... Be the change you want to see in the world, Sage.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slowly melting.
Wow. My physical instrument is pretty solid, and that is not happening. Okay, so what can I do to boost this? Nothing's improving my physical instrument at the moment. Fine, I'll temporarily take off my armor. Tank top is no better. Don't I have, like, cool shoes that make me better at punching? And before anyone asks, no matter what happens, I'm not putting on pants. Even if it's the only way. No, this is all I've got in terms of clothes. Yeah, that's the way to do it, Sage.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric ice squeaks beneath your Kavalzum multi-tool. But your fingers slip away and it's already unplugged. There's not much else to do other than wait for it to defrost or bulk up and get stronger.
Yeah. I wanted to see if I could do it without chat. But I need help. My baby muscles are not doing this.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slowly melting.
Okay, chat, can you improve my physique in exchange for reducing something else? I don't much care what you reduce. Let's just try to get better physique. Thank you, Summer. That's an incredibly sweet thing to say. Wait, nothing changed. If it makes you feel better, Sage. I also forgot to change into my better clothes. Wait, this is with my better clothes? Oh no.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer.
Wait, Sage, did you make it worse by mistake?
Ice groans.
It's fine, thank you.
Under the strain of your giant Kavalzund multi-tool until the lid cracks open. Darkness lies inside, but you can faintly make out an object, intricate and foreign, left there for a sub-zero beauty sleep, a filament memory with the words "off-site copy" written on its side. Disappointment washes over you as you stare into the almost empty ice cream maker.
What? No ice cream?
A scoop of ice cream would have been nice, yes.
Someone's stomach grumbles. We're not going to say who. Take the filament, ma'am.
You gently lift the cube from its frosty bedding, careful not to damage it.
We should take it back to Miss Lucan and killed as soon as possible. I'm not sure how well unused filaments tolerate room temperatures.
Yes, but aren't you curious to know what's on the precious filament? There's a radio computer upstairs.
No. God damn it, game. Now I am curious. I wasn't until you said it. Wasn't even thinking about it. Hello? Can I not go deeper in? Oh my god, am I scared of the dark? That's so incredibly cute.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering. Casting the filament slides out of its glowing nest.
Insert the offside copy.
Like a smooth drawer, the filament slides into place. On the keyboard, the play key starts blinking.
Press play again.
The speaker comes to life.
Yeah.
Good evening. Fortress accident. Please repeat. Is this the offside copy?
I might have a password for the offside copy.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Afterlife death?
No, that's not it.
Aw. Okay, so that doesn't work for this one. I don't know the password then.
Received. I will register this login attempt.
Don't worry. Passwords have a way of turning up sooner or later.
Fortress accident, thank you.
Tiles on the cube.
Heck.
Tiles on the cube. The filament slides out.
Well, I'm disappointed that it wasn't the same password. Sage, why did that make me laugh? Oh, thought? Cold wind blows from the broken gallery, makes your skin crawl.
Yes, what is it?
About the offside copy you asked me to bring?
Yes?
Is the... No, not the production schedule. I brought you the filament.
Thanks. Looks like it's the one.
What's going to happen now?
Now, I'm going to print it out to see what's left of it.
She's already inserted the filament into the radio computer's core, ready to close the door.
Wait. No. That's dangerous. She shouldn't do it.
Inland Empire, relax. What are you even hoping to find?
I have a theory. Lintel was able to divine the location of the anomaly from this broken copy. I want to repeat their calculation, only this time with better equipment. Watch. What an intricate display of failure.
The paper starts filling out with ink, soaking it in a gleaming blackness. Not a single line of data stands out.
Well, that's not ideal.
This is wrong. Machines shouldn't behave like that.
Something's very wrong with that filament.
Sorna doesn't reply, her hands running over the printout. She's looking for something. For her morning star. Eyes scouring the millimeters.
Here. I found it.
Where?
Hold on.
She's behind the keyboard now, typing in some numbers that only she understands. The terminal beeps and the lights inside start pulsing like a glowing heart. Say nothing.
Just give me a second. I'm almost...
I've never witnessed a programmer work before.
done. I've got it. I found the location of the anomaly.
It really is, Sage. You did it? You found the coordinates?
I found the coordinates.
She's beaming. You can feel it in your heart. Great job.
My god, congratulations.
Thank you.
So, where is it? Where is your 2mm hole in the world?
There. In the swallow.
She points at the other end of the church where a group of water bowls form a ritualistic arc.
Think you can help me again?
Sure.
I need you to go move those water bowls for me. I need to double check my calculations.
You like moving things around. Moving things around is calming.
Just walk over to the circle and follow my instructions. Move the third bowl 2 centimeters to the left, and the fourth bowl 5 centimeters to the right. This should do the trick.
Sure, no problem.
Thanks.
What counts as the second and the third bulb?
It's awfully silent again, as if someone turned off the entire world outside those walls. Water inside the bowls stands still. Measurements have been marked down around the bowls, each chalk-drawn line representing a centimeter on the floor. Oh boy, this is going to be good.
Move the third bolt from the left 2 centimeters away.
It moves like a ghost without creating a single trace of sound.
Move the fourth bolt from the left 5 centimeters to the right.
Some water spills out of the bowl, wetting the floor. The lead programmer sends you an encouraging thumbs up from across the hall. Time to run back, or maybe walk. This is a sacred place after all.
Yes, what is it?
I moved the water bowls to the right position, just like you asked. What's next?
Great. Everything should be aligned now.
She stops, biting into her chaplet.
Miss Know-It-All is hesitating.
What's wrong?
Yeah, nothing. Now the only thing left to do is to unmute the headphones. If we got the location right, we should then be able to hear whatever sound this anomaly makes.
Wait, why did you have your headphones on mute in the first place?
Honestly, I'm a little scared.
Isn't it going to be just silence and nothing else?
I don't know. That's what I'm scared of. I don't know. It could be anything. I mean, what sound does the nothing make? How can you even listen to something that doesn't exist?
She turns to face you, the mainframe throwing shadows on her chin.
What if silence is only what surrounds it, but the swallow itself is...
You're overthinking this.
Maybe. Maybe I'm just tired.
It's scary, but we have to face it.
Yeah. You're right. Let's do it.
She puts on her oversized headphones, ready to press unmute on the keyboard.
The lieutenant takes a step back.
Oh.
And then, nothing. Nothing happens. As Sona Lokanen Kilda presses unmute on her keyboard. Nothing but silence. You can hear some small animal cross the floor in the chancel. It's that quiet in the sanctuary.
Say nothing.
She doesn't talk. Her eyes closed and brows knitted together in a state of deep focus. One hand cupping the headphone.
Well?
Damn it.
She lets out a loud sigh before tearing off her headphones. She's still avoiding your gaze. Come on, did you hear anything?
No, of course not. Nothing happened. Let's move on.
Despite her fear, she was hoping for something extraordinary to take place.
What do you mean nothing happened? Did you find the swallow?
No. No. My hypothesis was wrong. According to this, I should have heard something, if I got the coordinates right. Like I said, silence is only what surrounds it. But this is just another failure. Silence sounds like silence. That's all it is. You can try on the headphones. See if you can hear anything. But don't get your hopes up.
Silence is silence? You're sure there's more to it?
So, Koldamama Dakwa gives me +3 to perception, and then gives me +2 on this check. I'm feeling reasonably confident.
Everything
Snake eyes, baby! No.
You are draped in silence like a drowning man staring into his puny little headspace. And then the pressure changes.
What does it mean?
It feels like flying on an aerostatic, or when your ears pop, or like a subtle difference in the atmosphere, a weather change hanging in the air. What if the sound you're looking for is too low for you to hear it?
Sona, what if we just need a better sound system?
A better sound system? Alright, but where would we get one?
I don't know, there are some guys outside with some pretty good equipment.
Suddenly, a rhythmic beat permeates the walls, causing a small patch of decorative stucco to crumble onto the wooden floor.
They should really allocate some renovation funds to this place.
No. What they really should do is shut down the disco men for disturbing neighborhood peace.
Yes, but they could help with the speakers.
You mean the speed freaks?
She closes her eyes as more dance music invades the holy silence of the sanctuary.
Of course. The speed freaks. They have a fantastic sound system. And you think they would help me?
They would if you wouldn't mind them moving in with you.
I guess I could live through a week or two of peaceful coexistence.
Brilliant negotiating there, Detective. As always.
Great. I'll go talk to them then.
Sure. Let me know how it goes. Thanks, officer.
Hell yes. A great success to end off stream. Thank you all so much for joining me. I love this game. I'm never going to get over how much I like this game. Yeah. Like, it's so good that while I'm playing it, I'm immediately thinking about my next playthrough and how I could do things differently. Because I am going to play through it again. Anyway, who should we raid? I'm thinking maybe we raid Alphonse, who is currently finishing Kingdom Hearts Dark Road. Yeah, let's do that. No, Summer, thank you for being here. No need to apologize. Alphonse good, and I don't really get the opportunity to raid Alphonse as often as I'd like to. So yeah, thank you all so much for joining me. This was a wonderful stream. It was wonderful to hang out with y'all. Yes, Sage, that is the raid message. I'm gonna come raid. But yeah, I should be live again on Wednesday at 5:30 Eastern Time, continuing with Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Disco Elysium returns next week Sunday at 2:30 Eastern Time. Have a good afternoon, or whatever time zone it is for you. I will see you all around. Stay cute. Say hi to Alphonse for me. Have a good one, everyone.